Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm bringing a very interesting topic for you, which is threat intelligence. So Trend Vision One has an application called Threat Insight that is a unified solution for SOC engineers and CISOs. In today's cybersecurity landscape, SOC engineers and CISOs requires tools that not only detect and respond to threat, but also provide strategic insights for proactive security management. Trend Vision One Threat Insight is designed to meet these needs by offering a comprehensive platform that delivers actionable intelligence and enhance overall security postures. Here I will take you through the demonstrations of what are the features and detailed informations you can have it in order to address those threats and how you can remediate it, what could be your proactive approach, and how quickly you can take the decisions. There is another application tab which you can see from Threat Intelligence. You can click here and Threat Insight. You will see this GUI where you can have two more tabs. The first tab is called Emerging Threats, where you can have a list of threats, the updated threats targeted by countries, targeted by industries. You can filter it out, how many machines has been impacted through your threats, and what is the last update of your threats. Okay, so here and this icon actually will tell you like these threats you will find it in your environment. It means there is an incident happen with these threats and it will be identified in your environment. So we will gonna go and discuss in very detail this demonstrations. Here we can have another threats called threat actors, where you can have the details about what is the threat actors, what kind of their intentions, about their details, their types, their impacted scopes of the PC, server, email, and so on, and if this threat actors is found in your environment. So luckily we have both have in our environment. We can go and explore it, but let's start with the emerging threats. Here we can have a one threat called another comprehensive breach. It means this threat has been impacted in our organizations and having the incident ID. So if I open the threads, what information I can get it? Let me explore it for you guys. So this threads actually giving you the information about type, about motivations, about when it was first seen, when it is was last seen, and when it is last updated, because this type of threats may be occur multiple times. So you have to be updated and keep in mind that this threats could be repeated. It is not the old attack. It could be again with the different tactics and techniques has been used, and which vulnerability this attack could be exploited. So this will be give you the detailed summary about these threats. You can have an aware about threats informations. So, and the other tab we have it like risk management guidance. This will tell you how you will mitigate the risk to avoid those such kind of attacks or such kind of threats. So you will understand that these are the guidelines which Threat Insight has been provided to you, so you can take the immediate actions. And then you can have a very beautiful tab where you can have the threat hunting, which is already a proactive approach to identify the threats in your environment. So you are going to hunt those threats with the help of the query which we prepared it for you. So you just need to copy the query or execute the query in your environment. When you execute the query in your environment by selecting the endpoints, you will see that okay, is there any endpoints are being impacted with those threats. Okay, so this is very easy. You can have multiple data sources. You can run this query into multiple environments. You can have, this is the query which is written by that, and you can run it. So you can identify how many threats you can find in your environment. Maybe there is a possibility, and of course it could not be the possibility. So it's your way, but yeah, we can do that from the single console. And of course the intelligence data, that intelligence data will provide you intelligence report. So what is intelligence report? Trend Micro integrates up to the minutes intelligence report from internal and external sources to help identify potential threats in your environment. The intelligence report listed here are the one directly related to this particular threat. Tactics and techniques, that will be the next. So this tab is actually giving you the meta techniques that are used in this threats. Okay, you will see how many tactics and techniques has been used in this threads. What is the technique ID? You will click here and it will open a new tab from the entire page to give you more insight about the thread. Everything is linked together and we are consolidating in a one GUI interface. Then we can have another tool to help you out to understand what kind of tool has been used in these threads. And then we can have another tab, we call it malware tab, which provide you information about the malware associated with this thread. Selecting one of the malware giving you an overview of what the malware is and what it can do. So here you can have the basics about the malwares, about the associated reports, and you can have more details if your malware is new or old, and you can have more details about it. CVE is actually the tab which provide you a list of CVE that are associated with the threats. You can select the CVE number to get more information about the CVEs. For example, if I click here, it will be open me and a new tab and tell me about the CVE ID, what is the basics explanation about this CVE, CVSS version scores, attack prevention detection rules. So these are the rules from our solutions, like the server and workload protection, DDI, which is our NDR, deep security software, which is our server security, endpoint security, worry free as a consumer, or SMB, endpoint security, network security, and IPS, next generation IPS. These rules could help you out to patch, virtual patch, or you can say block this vulnerability exploitations. So we can have a remediation steps about it, and then the mitigation options, what are the methods, what are the remediation steps you can take it to identify and block these kind of attacks. So whole list of summary, the references we are giving to you in that case, so you can have more details about it. Threat intelligence, we are associated, like this vulnerability is associated with these two reports, and these are the machine has been impacted by this vulnerability. Okay, you can have those details as well. Associate threat actors, what are the associated threat actors related to this vulnerability? Okay, you can find it, how many threat actors has been involved with the help of vulnerability, and what is their status, what is their type, and is there any impact in your organization or infrastructure. Available threat hunting queries related to this particular CVEs, you will find it here. Okay, so with the title, with the query, and you can execute it, the query, or you can copy the query from here. That kind of level of information you will see from the threat insight, not just for related a normal information about the vulnerability, but also how you can remediate it, what are the threat actors has been involved, what are the tactics and techniques has been used, how you can mitigate it, what are the rules you can implement it to your solutions. Indicators, indicators is actually the list of threat indicators associated with the threats. A threat indicators is a piece of evidence, or you can say a sign that suggests the presence of a potential security threat. It can be a file, behavior, pattern that indicates the existence of malicious activity or a security breach. Threat indicators are actually used to identify and analyze potential security risk within the organization, network, or system. So you can have these indicators, you can click here, this is the SHA value, it will tell you the object file is SHA-1, what is the file, what was the file actually, what was the detection name, and the file types, the size of the file, the signer, the MD5 hash, the SHA-1 hash, the SHA-256 hash. Is this analyzed by the sandbox? No, in that case, no. Third party inside, what the third party will say. So you can link with the other third party threat intelligence sources, in our case, which is VirusTotal. So, and the impacted scope, how many machines has been impacted with these threats. So you can see in the endpoints, how many endpoints has been detected. Match indicators, these are the one indicators which you can see with this public IP addresses. And workbench alert, this is the incident. So we are actually relating this threat intelligence with our XDR platform, whichever incidents. Okay, so when I click on it, I will see have more information about the intelligence, okay, that we will use it to explore the XDR part. So for example, here we can see the summary. Okay, the case is not open, who is the owner, what is the threat intelligence sweepings, what is the score of this incident, how many machines has been impacted, what camping has been used, when it was first seen, when it was last seen, what are the highlighted objects. So these are the IP addresses. So for example, these are the machines, 5 machines who is communicate with this public IP addresses. And if you having for example integration with a third party, you can able to put it into the block list, or you can block it through the Trend Micro native solutions. Similar way, you have the list of the details of the endpoints, when it was first seen and when it was last seen. That is the one part. You can might have impacted a scope, you might have a server which could be impacted, your email addresses, your containers, you can have more details about it. This is one tab, we call it threat insight, or you can say emerging threats. Okay, you can have more details about it. So this sign is showing you this incident happening related to this threats, but you might have other threats which could not be impacted, but this will be the threat. Of course, you have to take this intelligence to feed it to your solutions, like a firewall, like a proxy, your threat intelligence platform, your email security solutions, to block those IOCs, IP, URL, hashes, in order to having a proactive approach to secure your infrastructure and the networks. You can filter it out with the help of targeted countries. For example, in my case, we are in Saudi Arabia, so we can say unselect all and just only select this Saudi Arabia with the help of this selection. So, and then targeted entry industries. For example, in my case, my targeted industry is education sector, so I will select educations. It will tell me only the threats that is relevant to Saudi Arabia and education industry. That it means this threats is more popular nowadays in the education sectors of Saudi Arabia. So you can have more details about it. Okay, what is their motivation? So financial gains, you can run this through the threat hunting queries. Okay, the query is ready. You just need to how you can remediate it. Okay, what are the best practices? You can have these details, intelligence reports. You can have these intelligence reports. Okay, what could be the malware? This is the name of the ransomware malware. What are the indicators? You have these indicators. Okay, you can have the detail of this indicators particularly related to this threat. Associated threat actors, who are the associated threat actors? You can click on it and you can have more information about the threat actors. So this threat actor will give you about the details of about the type, about the targeted countries, targeted industries, their motivations, which is the personal gain, last seen, first seen, report name associated to it, intelligence data that we will discuss before. So that kind of information you will see, you can filter it out by targeted and countries. It is very helpful for you in order to having a quickly decisions, in order to have avoid this threat attacks. This threat actor tab will having informations to provide detail of threat actors, what could be the threat actors, what is their status, types, again countries, industries. And this signs is also showing that this is a part of, or this already impacted your infrastructure, and this is the report name. So we are open this workbench ID just to investigate what this threat actors has did it in our environment, and what are the machine has been impacted in our environment. So here we can see that okay, this we did the threat intelligence sweeping automatically, and we found in the company any that is attacked by the logbit at this date, the score, the impacted machines. These are the impacted machines that we have. Intelligence source, we from where we get this threat actors information. So we get it actually from the Trend Macro, but it could be third party. You can having an option to import the third party threat intelligence. Okay, and we can have a contract with the government law and agencies to have those intelligence in our platform. and this is the highlights of this threat actors who give us this information, our endpoint sensor, which is XDR. And here this execution profile, you can run it on to have this more details. So that kind of clarity you can have it if you want to do a response from here. If your endpoint is there already installed in this machines, you can do remote shell executions, run the scripts, scan for malware, run OSQRE and Yara rules. This kind of action you can take it from here automatically, and here this file you can able to block, put it into a block list. That level of actions and automations you can do from here. And of course you can open the ticket as we discussed in our SIEM and SOAR demo video, live demo video. You can go through it and you can check it out how you can open the case with the help of our AI, Trend Micro AI's empowerment, and assign this case to the owner and tracking with the SLAs. More informations, you can have this intelligence report tab, which can provide you the curated, means the reliable intelligence and the reports that will be showing you here, all listed. You can see like what are the sources has contributing this reports, details and associated threat insights. It could be your other security vendors. We are not only restricting this intelligence with our info and knowledge. We can have a database where we can have other security vendors and other government law and agencies are participated. So you can see more than 44,000 curated the reports we have it in our platform. And again you can have list of these external sources, including your government agencies of Europe, North America, sharing organization, your researchers, your vendors, and of course a Trend Micro. So all these of the sources are contributing it to provide those details of the reports. And you can do the auto sweeping as well, for example from these sources, to identify is there any threats has been impacted in your infrastructure or organizations. You can run 7 consecutive days, every day it will be run and identified the sweepings, the threat through the sweepings. You can create your custom with the help of the sticks file. If you have any sticks file from third party or CSV file, you can just click on it and select the file and directly import it with the report names. Okay, that will help you to add these security objectives, suspicious objects actually, which could be your, let's say, file, hash, domain, URL. This information is a part of the suspicious objects. It will contributing it in our platform, and this will be used to identify the threats in our or third party solutions. So there here is this subject, you can click here, suspicious object management tab, and you can find the list of the suspicious objects, which it could be your file, which could be your URL, which could be your hash, anything, and the actions. For example, if I click on it, this public IP is very high, is a risky IP, it's a malicious IP. So you can take the actions like either you want to log it, or either you want to block or quarantine it. And is there any expiration of this suspicious object, or you can say never expire. From where this public IP we have received it from third party intelligence. Okay, we received this IP. And here is more details about this taxi feed. So we are getting this from Cyber. Okay, for example, in our case, from this source and these details, but it's part of our threat intelligence now, so we can use it to do auto sweeping. We can use it to run this query to match and identify if this public IP or our solution or any endpoints or network devices is trying to communicate with this IP. We will put it into the block list so that we can avoid the communication. That's how you can do this threat intelligence, threat insight as a benefit. Next video I will upload it for threat intelligence feed. So that feed will actually, you can download this IOCs and all details and give it to your any platform called Anomaly, any tip platform. It might be Anomaly, it might be other. and then you can have a leverage. But Thread Insight, it will actually a dashboard which can give you more details, as I mentioned in the beginning of the demonstration. So this will help you to give insight about this whole threads. Hope you like the video.